Hello, my friends. I have Dawn Richardson from Flodesk on the
Hello.
podcast for the third time. Hello.
I
We
feel
have been
so
chatting.
special.
We have been chatting about all these things before we hit record. You guys only get to hear about some of them, but I wanted to bring Dawn on because, of course, we are going into Black Friday season where
Mhm.
everybody and their mother is currently talking about email marketing and launching. And there's some reasons that if Flodesk has been like on the brain, if you've heard some of the people that I've had on the podcast and you're like, hey, like Flodesk sounds like, really cool. Maybe someday, that someday needs to happen sooner than later. Dawn, welcome
Mhm.
back to the podcast.
Thank you for having me, Chloe. It's always fun to hang out with you and to chat.
So I feel like every time someone asks me about Flodesk, I say two things. I say Flodesk is absolutely beautiful. I love their emails. And I also say it's the only platform right now that you pay and you get unlimited subscribers. And
Mhm.
so we're just going to kick this off with the elephant in the room. That is going away.
It is going away. It is happening.
So tell me
Yes.
the timeline for people that need to hop onto the Flodesk train, which, by the way, guys, I will be changing by next month. So just so that you know, you will not be the only one, but continue.
Yeah, so the Flotus team has decided that it's time to sunset our unlimited plan. And so for a little context, if you're not familiar, right now Flodesk offers unlimited subscribers at a flat rate, where
Okay.
most email marketing tools, based off of how many subscribers you have, will grow, you'll increase in price over time. Now, a few reasons, okay? First of all, we've found that a lot of newer to email marketing users love our tool because it is simple, because it is beautiful, and because they don't get that same tech headache that they get with a lot of other email marketing platforms. Email marketing can be very complicated, so there's a lot of bells and whistles that some tools have out there, and Flodesk really just wants to make that experience easy to understand. We try to present it to you in a very calm and intuitive way. So that's really important to us. So we find that a lot of people who are new to email marketing are on our platform. And what we've learned in that process is that there are some people who use our platform that have a lot of subscribers, like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
Wow.
And at the end of the day, why should that person that's just getting started be paying the same amount as somebody who has 600,000 subscribers, right? So that was something that we were like talking about, and we don't want the small business paying for the one taking advantage of the platform. We want to make sure those who are taking advantage of the platform, they're using it very successfully. There's obviously a lot of subscribers and they have a big list. They should be paying for their share. So we are moving to that. We want to make sure that we're doing what's fair and what's right for the small business owners. And we found that that's the right move for us. However, all that to say, when we decided that we were going to make that change, and when I say we, I mean the executive team, not me. So when Flodesk decided to make that change, though, we wanted to do it in a way that was fair. We wanted to do it in a way that gave people time to make the decision. So with that, everybody who has unlimited subscribers, as long as you maintain that paid account and you don't change anything, like you will maintain your unlimited subscribers. And we gave you guys 3-month notice. So
Yeah.
at the point of this recording, you guys have a couple more weeks left to lock in unlimited. And we're also offering unlimited checkout in there as well. So we have 2 plans. You can lock them in now. And when we move to the tiered system, you will be locked into unlimited subscribers. So you can grow your list and not have to worry about paying more money as you grow.
Yeah, and I just want to give some context because I left Flodesk for Kit
Yeah.
because I needed something. Again, she's mentioning how simple it is. And as a photographer, it was absolutely fantastic, everything that I
Mhm.
needed. But once I started selling digital products and I had multiple segments and I needed things to happen, that was when I was trying to. I don't want to say duct tape because I would never say duct tape and Flodesk in the same sentence, but I was having to compromise on what it was that I could do because they just weren't there yet. And it's okay because they're coming around. They have all of these new features that we're going to talk about. But for context, unlimited currently at the time of this recording is $38 a month for unlimited email. And with Kit, who is who I originally switched to, it's $29 a month. They have actually since increased their prices, but when I switched, it was $29 a month up to 1,000 subscribers. And once you went over 1,000, it's $49. So when we talk about unlimited, and she's mentioning someone who has 600,000 subscribers, like, oh my God, I can't even imagine. But like, for someone like me who sits between 1,000, 1,500, depending on, the week and how tired I get of people not opening emails and I delete them from my list. I mean, I'm still paying more for Kit only having a list of 1,500 people versus what I would pay for unlimited on Flodesk. Now, again, I switched because of features that I needed, which they now have. Most of
Right.
them are there. The rest of them are going to be there by the end of the year. But when we talk about the cost, I mean, it is pretty significant, guys. And 1,500 subscribers for most people who are running like digital product businesses, I have a very small list compared to, most of my other friends. And so it is significant cost savings. And again, I love Flodesk emails. They are the most beautiful. It is the easiest way to like set things up and email your list with ease. That is definitely what they are all about. But I do just want to put it out there that like this is serious. And if you are someone who uses email marketing, you make money from your email marketing, you want to make sure that you have locked in unlimited, please do so when you listen to this episode. Don't wait until the last minute. Don't miss it. They're not going to give it to you again. That's not a thing. So let's make sure that we do these things. So now I kind of want to talk about like some specific features because again, the reasons that I needed something else, Flodesk has done so many things in the last year. So first,
we're very busy.
I know. I want you to tell me about link actions. And this is not something that's like brand new, but I feel like a lot of people don't know what they are, don't understand what they do. So tell me what link actions are and why it is such an important feature that you guys have added to the platform.
Oh, link actions is my favorite feature because we are in a world where engagement matters. So it's all about getting the right message to the right person. And you have to collect data about like what people are clicking on, what's happening, right? So link actions gives you the ability to trigger an automation based off of what people click on. So whether it's a blog post in your email, or maybe they clicked on a product that you're selling, or maybe they clicked on that like download button, like whatever it might be, you can trigger an action. So you can add them to a segment. You can remove them from a segment, or you can put them in a workflow, remove them from a workflow, or add a custom field like option to them. Now, that's really powerful because like, let's say, for example, I'm running a launch, okay? And in the bottom of that email, I can be like, hey, don't want to hear about my launch anymore? Click here and I won't send you any more emails about this. That button can be linked to a link action. Remove them from that segment, remove them from that workflow so they don't get any more launch emails, but it allows them to stay on your list so they're not unsubscribing entirely, or worse, mark you as spam, right? We don't want that. That's like the worst thing that we can happen here. So we want to give them ways that they can self-serve. We want them to join things that they want to learn about, remove themselves from things that they don't want to hear about, and then they will remain an engaged subscriber. Another example is like if I send a monthly newsletter and I have an article about email marketing and Flodesk. Well, if you clicked on that, I can probably make an assumption that you are interested in email marketing or Flodesk, right? So I can tag you with interested in email marketing. And then down the line, if I have a product that's about email marketing, or if I have a new freebie that's about email marketing, or if I'm speaking on another podcast about email marketing, whatever it is, I have a segmented audience that is ready to hear about that content. I already know that they're interested in it, so I can get the right message in front of them. They're more likely to engage, and so on. Segmentation is truly that magic with email marketing, and this is just one of those really powerful ways that you can do that on autopilot. You just set it up and let it go.
You set it up and you let it go. And I mean, I'm on the other end of doing a launch for my Done With You offer for systems. And I created a wait list so that when I opened the pre-sale spots for 2025, they click on a link and it adds you to the wait list. And then you will be getting those specific emails after you've triggered it. So, I mean, it's very powerful. It's, I kind of say that that's the equivalent of what I teach you how to do in Dubsado, like for your CRMs. Like this is the automation that you are craving. And this is just another avenue of your business that you can use it for.
Yes, exactly.
We're going to talk about integrations now because those of us that sell on different platforms want to be able to import our clients into our email marketing program and do things with them. So if you buy my blueprint course off of Thrivecart, I want to be able to add you to Flodesk and automatically send you a thank you for purchasing. Here is the link that you can access your course, or, you know, an onboarding sequence, because everybody needs a little love and attention after they buy something from you. And so it used to be that if they bought something from my Thrive cart, it wouldn't automatically transfer into Flodesk. And that has changed.
It has changed. Also, I'm very selfishly excited because I too have Thrive carts. So I was very excited about this launch. But yes, the Flodesk team has been so busy with integrations. Like this season is just crazy. And for me, who builds tutorials and does work with the Help Center and all of that, has been a wild ride the last few months. But in the last few months, we've released everything from our Canva integration, which has been really big. We have an integration with Squarespace. We have an integration with Wix. We have an integration with Thrivecart, with ManyChat, just to name a few. So it has been a wild ride. But each integration is a little different because we have to keep in mind here that every integration has another business on the other end. They do different things. They do things differently on their end. So they're not like the same across the board. But now I don't have to use a third-party tool to, like what you said earlier, duct tape them together, right? So if, for example, I sell something in Thrivecart, in the Thrivecart side, I can create automations on the Thrivecart settings for that product that put them in certain segments, or I can add, like, if they checked this box on my checkout page, and then put them in this segment. For example, on my checkout page in Thrivecart, I have a let me know about new shop products, like checkbox, and I will add them to the interested in shop updates segment when they make that purchase. So that's an example. But on the other side we're on the Flodesk side, we have also released abandoned cart and purchase follow-up workflows. And what that does is it brings in these e-commerce integrations to be a trigger. So I can say, like, I want an abandoned cart workflow for Thrivecart. So I can connect Thrivecart and I can choose Thrivecart. And then what happens is after somebody goes onto my Thrivecart checkout page, maybe starts the checkout process, because obviously we have to have an email. They start the process and they either get distracted. Y'all, I know how many tabs you have open. We all get distracted, right?
84 is my number currently, Dawn.
Is that your number? I was in a webinar and I was like, how many tabs do you have open? They're like 3. And I'm like, liar. But we all get distracted. It's not always that they don't want your product. There's just a lot going on in life. There's a lot of tabs open. And sometimes I need that little reminder that they haven't finished checking out, right? So these abandoned cart workflows, as long as they have entered in their email at some point in time, they will send them an email that's like, hey, you've left this in your cart. You should finish checkout. The button on that email will take them back to that checkout. It's a very seamless experience. And if they are a subscriber, you can continue in the abandoned cart workflow. Like, maybe you want to tell them why that product is so great, or maybe you want to tell them, like, here's a coupon in case you were still on the fence about it. Like, as long as they are somebody who has consented to email marketing from you at some point in time, you can continue that abandoned cart workflow. So super cool. It increases conversions by up to 30% with abandoned carts.
That's crazy.
And now you can simply connect your e-commerce platform to it and let it go. It's pretty great.
Let's talk about ManyChat, because everybody, email marketing is one thing, but we all struggle with creating content for our social media. And then the goal is, I'm happy that you're following me on Instagram, but please come join my email list. Please grab this freebie. Please do this next step so that you're not only interacting with me on my social media. And so ManyChat has been around for a while, automating sending things to people who put a code word. I'm calling it a code word. That's not me. It's not a code word, but DM me this word and I will make sure that you get this thing. But now that we have the integration with Flodesk, tell me how that is going to make our lives better.
Yes. So I've been a ManyChat user for a very long time. I get a lot of my leads through ManyChat, lead subscribers from ManyChat. And what we had to do in the past was, like, when you set up the ManyChat, they do the code word, right? And then you send them a link to your Flodesk form, and then they have to go to that page. Then they sign up, and then that's how they get on. So this integration takes that and it just eliminates that step of having to send them somewhere else. So instead, I can say, like, okay, comment freebie, and I will, send you the freebie. So they comment freebie. I, using ManyChat, can be like, hey, are you here for that free download? And then there's a button that says yes. And it's like, cool, what's your email? And they type in their email. And when they type in that email, ManyChat is watching for that email. When they send it, it'll automatically send that over to Flodesk in whatever segments you have specified. And if you have automation set up in Flodesk, those automations will begin, those workflows will trigger. And it's a great seamless experience. They're not leaving the Instagram app. They're just in the DMs. It's really fast and it is instant. We were testing it and it happens so quickly.
Mhm.
And also with ManyChat, like if they don't respond, you can set it up to say like, okay, well in 48 hours, if they don't respond, be like, hey, do you still want that freebie? You know, you can create those follow-up messages and just create like a really natural type conversational experience without having to leave the chat, but also not having to do it manually, which is where the magic is,
Yeah.
right? All about doing things on an automated way.
I feel like people underestimate the power of allowing them to do it inside of the Instagram app because,
Yeah.
like, now I play Catan every morning. I don't actually do my doom scrolling
Love it.
anymore. But before, I would be on Instagram every morning with my cup of coffee that my husband brings me. And I would take like 30, 45 minutes, scroll Instagram, look for the best, Disney memes, Disney reels that I can find. But every once in a while, I would come across an ad because we're all being fed ads, right? And
Yeah.
if I saw a product that I was really interested in and they presented me with a link and then I had to go click the link to go to the page to look for the thing, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm in the
No.
middle of my Instagram time. I just want to be
Yes.
able to save it for later, make it, make them send me something in my email so that I can go check it when I am not scrolling on Instagram. And so, I mean, do you know the conversion rate of when you're asking somebody for an email inside of ManyChat versus sending them to a link? I feel like you should
Oh
just know
gosh,
that.
I
Oh my
should know
gosh.
that, but I don't. I mean, we
See?
just released this integration, so I don't know if we've pulled data quite yet, but we have more coming with ManyChat here soon in the next month or so. I could probably tell you about it, but we're looking at ways to trigger abandoned carts through ManyChat as well. So
Nice.
it's going to get even more immersed and connect those experiences together. But I don't have a hard number for you, but I can see if I
I'm
can
going to
dig
check
for
back
that
with Don
number.
later.
Yeah.
Only because I'm super interested.
Yeah.
So here's what I want to talk about now. Because you and I have just sat here and talked all about ThriveCart and, your e-commerce platform of your choice.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that Flodesk actually has checkouts.
They
And it
do.
was
They're
funny
beautiful.
because someone asked me the other day about what they were paying for Flodesk. And I'm like, there's no way that's just your email. You must have checkouts and you just don't realize it. And they did.
Yeah.
But so tell me about Flodesk checkouts and what is coming new to that segment of the platform, because I mean, I've never really looked at checkouts because I have ThriveCart and I've had that forever. But like for someone who wants to sell like digital products or even other things, you guys have some integrations and some updates that are coming that are going to make that even easier.
Yeah. So Checkout is an incredible platform where you can sell digital products. You can sell memberships. You can sell really whatever you want. We even have some of our members that sell physical products, collect shipping addresses and all that good stuff. And we have people that sell books, planners, all of the things. Now, for me, like same boat as you, Coley, like I have been a ThriveCart user since before Flodesk existed. So, it has been a long time, and that's why I'm using that platform currently. That lifetime deal was wonderful. I'm not paying for anything, right? But we have to keep in mind that Flodesk came to be in 2019, right? So a lot of these other platforms have decades of time and features on us. Now, we are catching up though, and checkout is one of the most popular ways to get started with selling a digital product, right? That's really popular. People want to validate if something is working. People want to try something, and they're not going to go pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a platform that they want to experiment with, right? Yes. So that was something we see a lot of people that come into checkout and then often don't leave checkout because it's such a wonderful and easy to use tool. Now, checkout, we have these beautiful templates. The builder is very similar to the email experience where we have the different blocks. It's really easy to add images. We have the Canva integration built in. So anytime you click on an image block or anything that has an image, it can say like, hey, do you want to pull this from Canva? And you can select which of your Canva designs you're pulling from, which is really cool. And you can sell a digital product or a membership or a physical product, whatever that might be. We have people that use it for ticket sales. We have people that use it for like class passes. We have people that use it for their webinars and whatever it is that they're offering. Now, a couple of features that we have coming down the pipeline. So one that has already launched has been subscription payments. So you can create a monthly subscription, a quarterly subscription, or an annual subscription, or give them the option of the three to choose from. And they can sign up for, maybe it's a Slack membership where they do coaching via Slack. And every month, they get charged automatically. Checkout connects to Stripe, very seamless, very familiar to anybody who's used an e-commerce platform. But also coming down the pipeline here soon, if not already by the time this airs, is payment plans. So people that want to offer higher ticket items like tickets to a conference or maybe some higher ticket coaching offers, they can offer payment plans within checkout as well. But we have had some incredibly happy members that use checkout. I know for me, I'm personally waiting for some sales tax features to come to be, which
Hmm.
will be here by the end of this year. So the team kind of jokes with me because I'm a very squeaky wheel when it comes to this because I would like to use checkout as well. But where I'm at in here in Texas, I have to be able to do that. So
Yeah.
waiting for that. And that will be my final, like, I can come over to checkout and I will be moving my digital products over. So it's a really great platform and it's growing. And right now, if you're hearing this, like we're giving everybody the opportunity to check out. So if they want to go in there and build their own checkout, it's really incredible how quickly you can get a digital product
Hmm.
up and ready to sell. And even if you are somebody that has like a website, like a custom website, like Coley, I know you have like beautiful sales pages. I build my sales pages on Show It myself. I can use checkout still and just have the payment
Yes.
transaction piece and not like the whole sales page part. So when they click buy now, it takes them to Flodesk checkout. It's really nice and seamless because it'll keep like information about like how much money they've spent with me and like in my subscriber information so I can see who my, who has spent the most money with me
Yeah.
inside of Flodesk, which is really powerful. But it's a incredible tool and it's only getting better.
I mean, I will jump in because specifically for the photographers, I know that
Yeah.
something that a lot of people dabble in is like selling digital products to other photographers. So
Yes.
presets are the ones that I
Yes.
see the most. And I haven't had this question in years. And I think that that's mostly because checkout exists now. But it used to be that as a Dubsado certified specialist, people would come to me and be like, hey, Coley, like, I mean, Dubsado is great. I'm selling, my photography sessions, my one-to-one services, but like I want to sell digital products and can I
Yeah.
do that in Dubsado? To which my answer was yes, but absolutely not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Agreed.
can you set it up? Yes. Can you charge people for digital products in Dubsado? Yes, but that is not what
Oh
that
my
platform
gosh.
is built for.
No,
And
it's not.
so, I mean, it would create a project every time someone bought one. And I mean, yes, I can teach you how to auto archive that with a workflow, but like you are really trying to use a platform that is 100% not built for that. And
Right.
so now that there's checkout, I feel like it was a really great option for people who were already familiar with Flodesk as an email marketing program. And like you said, this is kind of like a test it and see how you like it. You are not committing to like
Mhm.
hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to build out a Shopify store or like any of those things that people do when they're like jumping full, both feet forward into selling digital products. It's like, hey, I've got these presets. People want to buy them. I just need somewhere to sell them so that I can see if it works and if this is
Yep.
something that I want to do in the future. And so with Black Friday, only a few
Mhm.
weeks away, I mean, if it's been on your mind to try and sell a digital product, I don't think there's any time like the present for you to put something together for Black
Yes.
Friday and just test it out. I mean, it's not a year commitment. It's not,
Nope.
like you're going to do this forever, but see it and see if the sales that you get pay for itself. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Yes, absolutely. Especially with Black Friday coming up. And we also offer like mobile payment, Apple Pay, Google Pay, buy now, pay later options too.
Mhm.
So like test that out. We've learned that as when we added Apple Pay and Google Pay, like conversions skyrocketed. We've learned
Yes.
that the Gen Z will not buy anything unless they can do it via Apple Pay or Google Pay.
Well, for me, it's about the credit card numbers. Like
Oh,
I buy
yes.
things in the car. I mean, like and my husband drives me around a lot. I'm definitely a passenger princess, but like I'm doing all kinds of things in the car. And so yes,
Sure.
if there's the option to do Apple Pay and I don't have to have a credit card with me, if my business credit card is at home, any of those things, I am a big lover of Apple Pay and Google Pay,
Oh,
really.
yes. Same.
But like having those does make it so much easier for someone to just say yes and they buy it on the spot rather than it being oh no, I need to be home. I need to have a
Yes.
credit card. I need to, whatever the
I mean,
excuse is to not
let's
buy
be
then.
let's be real. Like even if my purse is like maybe 5 feet away from me, like I don't want to get up and go
It's
get the
5 feet.
card. Yeah, I'm like I still don't want to do it. I'm like, oh, I can do this later. I'll get that abandoned cart email later on.
So, the last thing that I kind of want to mention or ask you about in terms
Yeah.
of features is you and I have already had a conversation about engagement. Like, that's
Mhm.
the reason that link actions are great. People can self select, they can click a link, things happen. But you guys also have polls. And
Yes.
I feel like there are those of us that scroll on Instagram, and when we see a poll on a story, we're like, oh, let me click, let me give my
Yep.
opinion. And so, like, what are you seeing are the most popular uses for polls? And I mean, are most people in the platform using them? And how is
Yeah.
it helping their engagement?
Yeah. So really, that's a really great question. Polls are a really cool block in our emails, and they're highly customizable. You can have up to 12 answers. And we chose 12 because months, like what
Hmm.
month were you born? Or like, what's your birthday? Like, whatever. Enneagram numbers, like different things that have like higher numbers. We want to make sure you can do that in a poll. You can have images on your answers. You can change like all of like the details and all that stuff and make it really beautiful and customized. Well, like you mentioned, like people like to take polls. They're curious what other people answer, and these poll blocks will send you to a results page showing you what other people have voted on. So that's really cool. And obviously, when they click on one of those things, it'll segment them when you set that up. So one of my favorite use cases that I've seen is like for photographers. Okay, like tell me about your dream photography location. Okay. Oh, like a bright white studio or a big field with tall grass or a manicured garden or a castle. I don't know. I don't know. You can do whatever you want, but you can have these options. And when they click on those options, like they'll see what everybody else voted on. Like, oh, like everybody wants the bright white studio. Well, guess what? Now you have data on what people want.
Hmm.
And two, you've segmented them. So when you do release your mini sessions in that bright white studio, guess who's getting an email from you?
Yes.
So that's like the really powerful thing, getting that right message to the right person at the right time. And while we're on this topic, Holly, I want to bring this up because this article came to be like maybe a week ago, but we were made aware of Google making some changes to their
Okay.
inbox algorithm in the next few weeks here. And they are moving to an algorithmic inbox that is not chronological, which means, yes, your eyes got big. My eyes got big as well.
You should come watch me on YouTube, guys.
Which means that you're not going to see your emails in chronological order. You will see them based off of what's quote unquote most relevant to you. And what they're saying in this article is that they are going to determine the relevancy based off of the sender's engagement.
So you
So
want engagement even more now than ever.
Yes. So if you are somebody out there, regardless of the email marketing platform you're on, if you are somebody who is continuing to email subscribers that are not engaging in your emails, it is more important than ever to clean your list. Get rid of them.
Oh,
Stop emailing them. Like I would even caution the re-engagement campaign at this point. Like, especially going into Black Friday and things like that, unless you're in a really healthy place and unless you're really watching it closely, I would not blindly blast a re-engagement campaign. Even at Flodesk, we have hundreds of thousands of subscribers ourselves. We run the occasional re-engagement campaign, but we have thresholds. We do it in really small chunks. And if our metrics go below a certain point, we instantly stop. To us, it's not worth attempting to re-win back the rest of them in exchange for damaging our sender reputation. It's just so important right now, and we're seeing that more important than ever. So when it comes to your email marketing strategy, think of different ways you can engage your audience. I'm working on a monthly, what I'm calling the monthly download. It's like my newsletter for Tech Savvy Creative. And I'm talking about the new iPhone releases, we're talking about what's changed and stuff like that. And then I have a simple poll like, are you team iPhone or are you team Android?
yes.
Very simple. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It's a poll. They click on it. They'll see the results like, oh, cool, whatever. But then I know who's an iPhone user, who's an Android user. So down the line, if I have an iOS tip, guess who I'm excluding from that email,
Android
right?
peeps.
Yes, exactly. And I don't, because, if I send iPhone tips to the Android users, they're going to either mark
Ignore
me
the
as spam
email.
or
Yes.
ignore me, which is exactly what I don't want, right? So these engagement tips, whether it's link actions, whether it's these poll blocks, sending the right message to a targeted audience, like that's really important. And it's going to become more important than ever. And I read a stat recently that was like, Google, it makes up like 78% of email addresses in the US.
I believe it.
So what we've learned that is when Google changes things, the others tend to follow suit. So when Google does something, I wouldn't be surprised to see that change happen on the Yahoo platforms, on iCloud, things like that. So keep that in mind. Engagement's truly more important than ever. Experiment. Is it the poll blocks that people love? Is it something different? Do they like the blog posts? What is it that your audience loves? Experiment with that and then lean into it when you figure that out.
I've never felt more justified in how vigorously I clean my list. I mean,
Oh,
I'm someone
yes.
who, I'll do summits as like a,
Yeah.
visibility, collaboration, but sometimes I get a list of people who are not engaging. And it's not that they're not leaving, they're not unsubscribing. They're just sitting on my list and not opening anything. So I mean,
Yep.
I have like internal like thresholds, if you will, that if I've done this, collaboration, this summit, and 3 months down the line, I'm looking at that particular segment to see who hasn't opened emails. And I mean, I'll quickly scroll through it, but like I don't bother with re-engagement. I select all of them and unsubscribe.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it doesn't really appear like my list has grown that much in the last few years. And it's because every year I end up unsubscribing at least 200 people, sometimes
Yeah.
300,
That's
because they're
okay.
not engaging with my emails. And again, when you are on a platform that is charging you per subscriber, why just let people sit on your list? I mean, if
Yeah.
you lock in unlimited with Flodesk, that won't be an issue. But other than that, why just let people sit on your email list if you are actually paying an amount of money to have them receive emails that they are not even opening? But thank you for
Exactly.
the tip, because you saw my face. I had no idea that that was coming. And I recently had a podcast episode where I was trying to talk about the importance of segmenting your audience. Now, I wasn't talking about it specifically for email marketing, but more in general. Like, your warmest leads are not on Instagram. They are
Right.
already on your email list. And in most cases, they are the people who have already paid you. But like,
Mhm.
that translates to everything.
Oh,
Like, you
100%.
should be segmenting. You should be giving people the most personalized experience that you can inside your
Yes.
email marketing based on segmentation. And so now
Exactly.
engagement is going to be more important than ever. And so if you guys take nothing away from this episode, I mean, we're going to put this on Instagram or something as like a reel, because yeah.
I'll send you the article too, so you can link it in the show
Yeah, so I
notes.
can link it in the show notes. Thank you, Dawn.
Don's not
Okay,
making up stuff.
I never think you're making up stuff. Okay, but let's flip around to like the last thing, which is Black Friday.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of November when this is coming
Mhm.
out.
Yep.
If someone is like, oh, is it too late for me to do something for Black Friday? Absolutely not. But like, what are the tips and tricks that you guys are currently putting out to Flodesk subscribers on
Yes.
how you should be using your email marketing to the best of your ability during this holiday season?
Yes. Okay. First and foremost, I know we're getting close to Black Friday, so it's crunch time. We've been talking about Black Friday since August
August.
because, yes, people are like, somebody thought that this was a recorded webinar because we were talking about Black Friday. And I was like, no, like we're just talking about
No.
Black Friday in August.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why is because if you are somebody who has not engaged in your list in a while, if you are somebody that has neglected your list for a year and you decide to show up on Black Friday and blast your entire email list, you have just earned yourself a one-way ticket to the spam folder. So we don't want to do that. Okay. So the time we have left, a couple of options you have. We want to warm up your audience as much as possible in the short time that we have. I want you to look at your engagement. Even if it's been a while, you might have some engagement metrics based off of who's opened what emails. Like, find your top 50 fans, okay? Send them an email. Just your top fans, okay? If you send them an email, be like, here's what to expect for Black Friday, or like, hey, you're my VIP, you get first dibs. Like, they love that VIP treatment.
Mhm.
Early access is a great way. Maybe you have a freebie that's like not available to the public yet. Find a way to engage them and send it to just a handful of your biggest fans, okay? By sending it to the people who historically have opened a lot and engaged in a lot of your emails, clicked on them, whatever that threshold is for you, it signals to the platform that, okay, you're trustworthy because, again, these are your biggest fans. They're likely to open it, engage with it. Google, Yahoo say like, oh, like people want this email. And then maybe the next email you send it to a larger batch, and then you grow that batch gradually over time. Okay. Do not wait till Black Friday and just blast your email list if you have not emailed your list in a while. Okay. I would also be particularly careful this season with the way that we're seeing inbox providers handle emails with excluding anybody who is a cold subscriber. Okay.
Mhm.
I focus on your warm subscribers. Obviously, if you're selling an ebook, you don't want to sell your Black Friday offer for that ebook to the people who have already bought the
Bought
ebook.
the
So
ebook.
Make sure that you're segmenting correctly. Like you're not like turning people off because you didn't exclude the right audience and things. But I would really lean into those active subscribers, lean into the people who are engaging with you currently, and avoid those cold subscribers. Now is not the time to try to win back people, right? We want to focus on that high engagement. And the reason why that's so important right now is because these providers, like if you send an email to an unengaged audience, it could prevent the people who are engaged from seeing the email also.
Yeah.
So that's really important. You want your biggest fans, you want the people that historically engage, the people, like you said, that are already your warmest people. You want them to get the content. So by sending it to people who are not engaging or who are cold or whatever it is, it just possibly prevents the people from who should be seeing it from seeing it. It'll put them into different folders. It'll put them into the spam folder as well.
Yeah.
So that's my big 2. I'll add one more. Schedule things out, guys. Please don't sit up at midnight on Thanksgiving. Like, you should not be eating pumpkin pie and scheduling your Black Friday emails. Like, go ahead, make a plan now, get those emails created, schedule them, and then let the process go from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I'm at. Start warming up your list as much as you can with the time we have left. Focus on those engaged subscribers first. Small batch, grow over time. Don't send to unengaged subscribers. Find who those people are, put them into a cold segment and exclude them from your sends and get things scheduled. So you are not panicking on Thanksgiving night.
Okay, guys, I really hope that from listening to this episode, and by the way, I mean, I am a huge Flodesk fan. You need to do all of these things, even if you are not on Flodesk. I do want to make that clear.
Yes.
Dawn will tell you the same thing. Yes. So I want you guys to think about right now, are you going to do something for Black Friday? And I am also going to link the episode that I did last year where I talked about the things that you can do for Black Friday that don't involve a freaking discount. There are a lot of things that you can do for Black Friday that is not just, hey, buy this photography session for 50% off. So if you need ideas, I have also linked that in the show notes. But I want everyone to try to have as successful of a Black Friday, Cyber Monday season as you can. And so, Dawn, I am really so thrilled that you came on here to hop on the call, hop on the podcast, and tell us about how we can use our email marketing more effectively this season.
Thanks for having me, Coley, and best of luck to all of the listeners out there. I hope you have a very successful Black Friday.
All right, everybody. That's it for this episode. See you next time.